Good morning and welcome to Ikkura. Today is trading day 23rd of April 2020 and we are racing to 100K. Let's see how we did yesterday. Is it my turn to go first?
I believe so.
All right, a little bit of prediction. I was really down low yesterday, and right, does that continue? I'm not sure. So I made a couple moves. I did some things, but I don't know how the market did after I went to sleep. So I think that I'm going to be pretty close to even. Let's say I'm around the $550 range. But during the day, I think I dropped pretty low. When I went to sleep, I was lower. I was in the 400s.
Oh man. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
And the reason I think I went up just a bit is I saw that Gilead Sciences dropped about 5% after I went to bed.
Yeah.
I saw a notification about that. Because anytime one of the stocks I'm watching rises or drops more than 5%, I get a notification. So I know that I did well on that one at least. Everything
That's
else
great.
I don't know. So let's open this up and see. Oh man, the suspense, it's just loading. I'm really nervous about today. Oh man.
Oh, shit.
I am at $465.74.
You can stop now, Z. You've definitely hit the 95% down.
I hit the 95% down. So it looks like I started at 558. I went down to my lowest 425 and then jumped back up to 605 and now down to 465 at the end of the day. Wow, what happened? I talk a little bit about my moves yesterday. So I ended up selling a couple puts on SPY, the ones that were like, I've just been so frustrated with these. They're going down, down, down in value. So I exited a couple of my puts, and then I bought a Facebook call, I bought a Disney put, and I bought an Uber call. And then I also bought a SPY call. It's the same position, 310 for 515. So
Okay.
I made a lot of moves, and it looks like none of those returned me anything. Even the Uber call is down $4. The Disney put is down $14. The Facebook call is down $74. That's very painful. So my Gilead put went up quite a bit. But still, my total return is $8 on that so far. Up $55 today, but only $8. So I'm stuck at least until tomorrow to see, well, this is Friday, right? So Friday trading day, and my goal was to exit some of these positions on Friday. So I will do that regardless, but I hope they move in the direction I need them to. Yeah.
I'm with you. I hope that you get out of this ditch soon.
Thank you. Tell me about how your stuff is performing. Where are you at?
Well, why don't I take out my green pen, write down some things,
You must be
and then
quite green. With Zoom was up 10%.
and I also
I
have
saw.
the green highlighter here.
Ah,
I highlight what I wrote. Oh look, I'm wearing a green shirt too.
Must
I don't
be
know.
a very green day.
This could be the biggest anticlimax ever. I mean, I'm definitely predictions down on my Facebook calls, down on my space calls, but I hope that my Zoom calls offset that a little bit. Anyway, whatever it is, thinking longer term, the Facebook calls are meant to expire next Friday, and I'm hoping that they are next. So I'm okay with it right now. Oh, opening up the app right now.
I'm so excited to see this.
Okay. Good.
That was a bit of mixed reaction.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm 5.971.
Very nice. So you're up almost. I mean, this is almost 20% in a day.
Yeah, 20%.
Very nice.
what did I do? Zoom went up 1.3K. Yeah, I'm down on everything else. I still have my Facebook call from previously that's up a little bit. I mean, I don't know what to say. I just have quite a lot of positions right now.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't know whether you can see anything there. That's the overall, like, up 5.9.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice uptick.
I kept my SPY put May 22nd, 250. I still have that. That stayed stable. I think that maybe tomorrow's a down day. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what I have. You know what's really interesting? What's really interesting is how, like, I still have to understand a bit more about option pricing. But for example, like Facebook, right? In a day, it doubled. Previously, in a day, it doubled, even though it didn't hit the strike price yet. Now with my Zoom call, I bought it when Zoom was 140. Now Zoom is 169. I'm in the money, but the option didn't double. So I don't know what, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's more complex factors that determine an options price than that.
Yeah, I also don't understand it well enough, especially when you're in the money. It doesn't seem like the call is just not worth as much when it moves further in the money.
So anyway, I did make some moves last night too. I wanted to make sure that I realized that I had too much. Sorry, it sounds like a shitty thing to say, but I realized I had too much cash.
Yeah.
Remember how I wanted to maintain at most like 25% cash?
Yes.
So I think I had a total portfolio value yesterday of like 5K, and I had something like 1.7K in cash. So that's why I decided to buy a Facebook call, May 1st, $205. That went down quite a lot. So I don't know whether I paid a bad price for it.
I think we must have bought our Facebook calls about the same time, because mine has also gone down quite a lot. So I think I bought when it was still trending upward.
Yeah. So anyway, but I'm just gonna hold them. But basically, I used up. I spent the money, bought some calls, space and Facebook. So I have a bunch of options expiring May 1st, next Friday. So it'll be a very interesting week. My Zoom call, I don't really plan to sell it right away.
Yeah. Because I think it's so far in the future, and the likelihood that it continues to go up over the long term, I think is quite likely for a company like Zoom, because they're grabbing market share right now like crazy, and just continuing to increase their subscribers. So I think they'll continue to perform well.
Yeah, the CEO yesterday did a Zoom call, a public Zoom call, where apparently they what is it? They gained 300 million users in a month or something crazy like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, for whatever reason, Zoom is becoming the de facto video app that people are using. And I don't really know why. And this also happened with Skype, for instance. Like, Skype was out there and it just took over video conferencing. And now, for whatever reason, Zoom is taking over as well, even though there's many options in the marketplace. I don't know if it's just clever marketing, or if it's kind of just like the zeitgeist of the time and Zoom is the right name, or whatever reason, it's the thing that people are asking other people to use. And also, maybe the quality is just a little bit better. And enough times you use Zoom and the quality is good enough, well, you're going to keep using it. And it seems like it's very, very stable, at least when I've been using it. So I think this is what people are then kind of raving about, or it's the one that just works, and that's enough.
Yeah, it does worry me though. I was very worried, right? Like 2-3 days ago, I sold a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Looking back, I was like, oh, should I have done that? Should I not have done it? Whatever. Don't look back. Don't regret what you did. But I'm worried because, like, I don't know. It really all depends when all the states are going to open up. So just like 2-3 days ago, it sounded like everything was going to open up, and then all of a sudden, it sounds like as soon as Georgia tries to open up. Trump says, don't open up, you're opening up too quickly or something. I mean, I think there's just a lot of confusing messages being sent around.
Yeah, I think so too. And it still is kind of mind-boggling to me that there's still so much negative happening. Like, still 6 million new unemployment claims, market's up.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling to me that you can have 20% of America's workforce out of work. Next week, maybe it's 25, and still the market is responding like nothing's wrong. And if this continues, and you're right, if it continues being that nothing can quite open up, that the market has to come down, except for all of the stimulus, right? So it's like, is it perfectly balanced at this point, or is it actually tipping in the favor of a downturn because we're not going to open up the states again anytime soon? Really good question. I'm really not sure at this point.
So I'm sorry if there's a siren going off. There's a bird has just started doing a mating call, I think, and it's so loud. But let's turn the attention to you for today's meeting. I'm really interested. So when you're down to 400, what are you going to do? How are you going to claw your way out of this?
Really good question. So I think that I will have to reposition everything in cash and make one or two bold moves. Like right now I'm holding 5 positions or so. That needs to go away, and I need to bet on just one. And even now I was thinking that yesterday, which is why I started selling the current positions I have and looking. I did some research on these few companies. So I looked at Facebook and where I thought it could go from us talking. And then I looked at Disney and all of the current negative sentiment and some of the press articles coming out. And that's why I bought a Disney put. And then, of course, just a call on the market that it would go up, continue to go up a little bit over the next few days. So these were the 3 kind of things I did. And so far, it's like I'm not right on any of them. So continuing to be wrong is hurting me greatly. I'm also not giving myself enough runway for these because I don't have enough cash. So most of these are in early May, like May 1st positions, because I can't afford like May 15th or end of May positions.
Can we pause for like 2 minutes? I come back because my phone just arrived. I just got the new iPhone.
Yeah, of course.
It's like I got a little something.
Ah, hello. Oh, what is this?
It's something to do my Zoom calls on.
As you should. I assume you won't use it for anything else. So something I do want to talk about is this Gilead put that I made.
Okay.
And something I probably should have done is set my stop limit price and done that before I went to bed. Because if I had, I don't know if you can really see this graph very well, and it may be reversed.
Yeah.
So I was at 7 cents yesterday, which would have been a brilliant time to make this bet, especially on what I did. So I actually bought it for 60 cents the day before, and it dropped down to 5 cents. And then to show you how drastically things can change in options, so from noon, 12:20, it was at 7 cents. And at 1:20 p.m. Eastern time, it was $1.85.
Wow.
So if you had invested $1,000, you would have, and then sold at the top, you would have received a 1,300% return. Of course, maybe you don't time the top, but you could have easily put a limit in for 1,000% return on this, and it would have been executed.
Wow.
That's incredible. It's not like a 10 times return. I mean, you just do you just do the numbers. It's like 1,000 times 1,000, right? Like if you had invested 1,000 to, as in you're like, this company's going down, and sold near the top, $1 million.
Repeat that. So the top was how much and the bottom was how much?
Bottom was 5 cents.
Oh,
The top was $1.85.
in one day. Wow.
In 1 hour.
1 hour. Wow.
And this is the thing, right? You need to have a little bit of conviction in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're like, this is super overpriced. And if I had thought that yesterday, well, I would have bought $100 and set my stop limit price at, let's say 500%. And I would have gotten that return. I didn't think of that yesterday because I lost faith in the position I had. I only had one option contract, a put, and I saw that it was climbing up. And so I was like, okay, I'll just leave it. So I wonder if we're playing the game wrong, because you can make these small little bets over and over and over, and only one of them needs to pay out. The rest can just expire. But if you can put, $100 towards this bet and make $10,000 in 1 hour, well, if you can do, how many times can you make that bet, right? So you take 10,000, you divide it by 100, and you're making 100 bets? Yeah, so you make 100 bets, 99 or 98 can fail, one needs to succeed, and you make money. And it's like, am I playing options wrong? And I kind of feel like I am.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think you're right. I'm feeling the same way as well. It's you need to. I mean, you have some people that are just so good at like placing bets and they make everything on one. But I do imagine that like this game is surviving long enough and placing enough bets that you can. So one thing that I'm gonna do tonight, based on what you just told me, is to set limit prices.
Yeah, for the selling, right? Because the problem is we're asleep.
Everything, because you never know how much it might swing.
Yeah, and if I was awake, so that was 1:20 p.m. Our time. If I was awake at that time and watching the market, of course I would have sold. Like I was up 300% from my purchase price.
One might call that an expensive nap.
It was very expensive. So this is the interesting thing as well. As an option trader, do you just have to be on it all the time? And when the market's open and when the market's closed, you just need to always be looking. Because as a passive, I own these stocks long-term investment portfolio holder, well, you look at this like once a month or once a quarter, because you're in it for the next 20 years. But with options, I think it's very different. So I'm going to look and see if I can find either a platform or some way in Robinhood that I can set my limit prices for when things are going down or when things are going. So I can set both. So I can cut my losses at say 50%, and set my gains as don't sell until I'm at 300%, and then I can make pretty much any bets I want, knowing I'll only lose 50% of my money. But then when I win big enough to offset, like 6 of the bad trades that I did. So I wonder if that's a strategy. I'm just feeling like I'm playing this completely wrong.
Yeah, the only thing it's first of all, I really don't think that I'm in a position to like dispel advice. I think I got lucky on Zoom. Mm-hmm. Because I was just saying, like in our previous video about like lessons learned, I was saying, oh, don't hold on for too long. You know what I mean? Like be ready to sell. But like looking back, I'm really glad that I held Zoom.
Yeah.
Like the journey to where we are now on Zoom was not easy. I think the moment I bought it, it plummeted because of the security issue.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I think you're right. Look, I think in the long term, stocks go up. We know that. and you just want to buy yourself runway. So yeah, I suppose you have two options, right? You have with the $400 you have left, you try to maybe put half of it into a bet that you feel very confident about, buy yourself some runway and just like forget about it, which is what I did with my Zoom, where you try to like trade your way out of it. I'm quite risk averse, I think. So I would probably, what I would do in your position is, it's a really bitter pill to swallow, but are there any option contracts you're holding on to right now that you're feeling very excited about?
Not really, except the Disney put. I'm a little bit excited for that because I think that it will move in the next couple of days. But other than that, I also still fundamentally believe that the market should correct downwards. So my SPY puts, I want to hold on to those. My expiries on the 15th of May, I actually do think that those will recover quite a bit of value before the 15th of May. But then again, that's also what I thought about the 420 expiry SPY puts that I continue to hold onto with diamond hands. So, I mean, the lesson, of course, is that you really just don't know.
I think so too, man. Look, all the post-market like trades are all negative. I think tomorrow could be a red day.
Yeah, but that sucks for all the stuff that I just bought, except for Disney.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Because like just yesterday, I was saying buy calls. What else? So, what are your moves going to be tonight? Are you going to spend the day trying to have a think about what to do?
Today, I'm going to sell any positions that I can that I don't think are going to continue to move in the direction I want.
Well, you have lunch to look forward to. Maybe don't jinx myself. Next Thursday.
Yeah, I just need to buy a option for $100 and have it go up 1,000%, and then I can buy you lunch.
And that could totally happen.
Surprisingly, it could totally happen. The odds are not in our favor, of course, but it does happen and can happen. So
that's a wrap for today, huh?
That's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like this video. It really helps the algorithm to show our videos to others that are going to watch it. Also, please subscribe and leave comments below. Just criticizing our moves would be great so that we can learn how to play the market better.
I'm Ming.
I'm Z. Bye.
So Ikkura. Bye.